between a eukaryote and a prokaryote. And what I wanted you to do, because these are different types of cells, I wanted you to first brainstorm how many words you can think of that have the word cell in. I want you to do that right there at your table. Hold on. So before you start to give them out to me, it's going to take about a minute so you can talk to your groups and see what the words that you have, and I'm going to put those words on the board. So I give you a couple minutes to come up with how many words you can actually come up with that have the word cell in them. Okay, at your table.
That we know.
So, yes, that you know. Please turn.
I just put how you got them in my age? So we have to write my ear. I know about one.
Can you turn it on?
Okay.
So I think probably about like the ones, yeah. And so
let's celebrate.
just probably about like y'all need to check that we already know. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2. Cause I ain't gonna be 15. Now we gonna be like.
You got brainstorm on the words talking to.
So sophisticated. I am doing my work. I thought you like this. Why would I like the camera? What is you in my face for?
I need you to turn it off.
I'm trying to focus.
Don't do it.
This is a word.
I won't turn it down. I won't turn it on.
Okay, well you can't see it. 5 minutes that you turn it off. Okay? But you're gonna have to turn it off.
A cellular.
Now, unless you got some type of doctor's note that say you gotta have music in order to work.
Brucella.
Okay, so I'm going to write the words on the board. And we are.
Who pen is this?
Order C. So we're gonna start with this table.
No more.
Now see,
that.
so we're gonna put it in. We're gonna put it in 2 categories. We're gonna put common terms. We got common terms. That's just everyday language. And then we're gonna put it in scientific terms.
I got one.
So you tell me. Okay. All right. So you tell me which category it goes underneath, and we're actually yes.
Cell membrane.
It goes under.
Scientific term.
Okay, so we got cell membrane.
Cell.
Next.
Cellular.
So we got cellular. And then, of course, common terms is cellulite. So we got 2 cell phones.
Jail cell.
I like that. We got jail cell.
I got one.
Oh, this just
Brain cell.
Cellmate.
cellularities.
So
Cellmate.
we got prokaryotic cell.
You got cell phone, cellular device, cellular, cellular, cellularine, cell block,
Celebrate.
Cellular.
You said human cell. No,
That's not the type of cell.
Exactly.
Oh.
So we got that with cells, right? What else?
Excellent.
Excellent is a good one. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent is a real good one.
snacks.
Animal cell.
We got animal cell, but it's still cell, right? Animal cell is cell.
Intercell.
Intercell. Intercell. Spell it I-N-T-E-R, cell.
Yep.
Like that?
Yeah.
You sure it's not one L?
No, 2 L's.
Okay.
We many words from India.
I know.
What you gonna find out? What do you know about us? You got one more?
Who, me?
What you got? Take one.
I ain't got one.
Hold on 1 second. All right. So what we know about a cell is a couple of things. So I'm gonna go with some of the common.
Multi-cell.
What do we know about a jail cell and a cell phone. What do we know about a jail cell first?
A jail cell is a place.
It's a place, right? What else do we know about it?
That you.
It's for inmates. It's
It's
small.
for inmates. It's small. What else?
They take butt. It's not concrete.
Shut up.
It has minutes. No, it doesn't have any minutes.
Just about this.
You're right. You have to say it.
You know, like the cell phone, and you have this on the phone, like cell phone.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the actual jail cell location itself.
It's
Oh, it's
It's
inside.
like a box. I heard somebody say it was a box. Did you say that?
It's slavery. Slavery.
Yes.
I heard that I heard the jail cells were named after cells because the jail cells resembled cells when they were like under microscopic.
Interesting. What you have?
Like it's small and it's inside something that's big like a cell.
Good. Good. All right. So it encompasses something. What about your cell phone? What about your cell? Has minutes. Okay.
Data,
Data.
T-Mobile, AT&T,
Gigabyte storage.
Wi-Fi,
Help you be in torture.
photos,
So.
It got a lot of small things.
A lot of small things.
Like
I
all
like
of
it.
them.
Now, think about everything that you're saying. Hold on. Think about everything that you're saying about a cell. Okay? How do you think that connects to biology and what we're going to study today as
we have
well?
cells in our bodies.
We do have cells in
And
our
it's a
body.
lot going on.
Small,
And there's a lot going on.
Oh,
small particles.
Small particles.
They're all small things that live in a
Excuse me,
big
break out,
giant
let you-
thing.
So, I want you to think about this with respect. You want to add something? One minute.
Golgi apparatus.
Golgi apparatus is one of the organs inside the cell, right? What we're going to do today is we're going to just be introducing the cell again. I know you talked about the cell in middle school. But we're going to do a broad overview of the cell today, okay? And the reason why we're doing this, and we did this activity, because I don't want you to be afraid of the word cell. And a lot of things that we build are built off of some of the scientific information. Remember, we got those root words, and they kind of all mean the same thing. So it's important for us to know that all of these things are connected to small particles of things that kind of make everything work, right? You can't be excellent for maybe just one thing, but there's a lot of things that may make you an excellent student, right? Means that you're an excellent student, means that you're doing good in most, if not all of your subjects, right? So it's going to be many different components to make up the great person that you are. So think about a cell, and we're going to look at first the two types of cells. How many people have heard of prokaryote and eukaryote? You should have. You should have. What we're going to do first is we're going to do a quick little close read where we're going to compare and contrast. And you're going to do
Everybody gonna read?
you're going to do it right here at your table. You're going to look at, I gave you some information about each one of these cells. We're going to take about a few minutes to talk about what they have in common and what they do not have in common before we begin the thing. If we look at our objective is we're going to be breaking down the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. We're going to be looking at what they have in common. Okay? So everybody should have a Venn diagram in front of them. Please put your name on it.
You can do the same thing. It's not that serious. It's a camera.
And we're going to start, I'm going to model it for you. Okay? So, let's look at a Venn diagram to just go over what goes on a Venn diagram. You see that I've labeled it for you, Rihanna? I've labeled it for you. Prokaryote is on this side. Eukaryote is on this side. You're going to read this
As a group.
right? And tell me, the things that are on the outside, tell me how they're different. The things that are on the inside, tell me how they're similar. Everybody with me?
Yes.
So what you're going to do now is at your tables, you're going to quickly read through this. It shouldn't take you that long. And we're going to find some things that are similar about the eukaryotic cell, and we're going to find things that are different about the eukaryotic cell. Okay?
Can we read like everybody
Read the paragraph.
Now, here we go. You want to find one? No problem.
No, wait.
All right, so you want to start off, Anisha?
They're
So,
going like this.
now, go ahead. Anisha, read the first one.
Compare and contrast eukaryotic and prokaryotic. It is thought that the mitochondria of the eukaryotic cells were originally formed prokaryotic cells. This explains the similarities between the mesosomes of a prokaryotic cell and the the cristae of a
Mitochondria.
mitochondrion, both sides of a aerobic respiration. However, prokaryotic cells can be compared with the whole eukaryotic cells, not just with one of its organelles.
Okay, so originally they thought that the prokaryotic cell was just a foreign relative of the eukaryotic cell. But what they found out was that they are all connected, because that's what I have to do. Okay? All right.
Keep going. Companion.
You supposed to be at the Google all together.
We read that. We read that.
No,
All right.
let me read
Next.
that
The next one.
I wanna read that.
Eukaryotic cells are much larger than prokaryotic cells, typically which a diameter
With
of around 10 to 100 UN compared to the
Yeah,
micrometers compared to the prokaryotic 0.2 to 2 micrometers. The prokaryotic cell's greater surface area to the volume ratio allow it to have a much simpler internal structure, as molecules can easily and quickly be transported to all parts of the cell by diffusion. This is not possible in a eukaryotic cell. Instead, it requires more complex organelles to produce and transport the molecules.
Okay, so what can we say about a eukaryotic cell that we can put on the eukaryotic side? What can we
Larger
say?
than prokaryotes.
Okay. Eukaryotic cells are much larger. Eukaryotic cells are much larger. So that means that what? Prokaryotic cells are what?
Small.
Small, good. What else can we say?
Then
You should be writing this.
eukaryotes and prokaryotics.
Either one.
The prokaryotics, that they have a simple interior structure.
Okay, prokaryotes have a simple interior structure, meaning that it's simple on the inside, it's not much on the inside.
The prokaryotic cells' greater surface area.
Greater surface area.
Both have a
They both have it.
Monty, what you say about them being simpler? Never mind.
What you say?
Is this PM?
That's biology. This is biology.
Greater surface area is for prokaryotic.
I could chemistry.
Yeah.
Hey, did I write it in the wrong spot?
Okay, because right above here is prokaryotic. Go there. Is there anything in this paragraph that would make them similar?
Let me see.
They both have surface membrane.
Both cells.
They're both cells, of course.
Both measure a micrometer.
They both measure micrometers.
Micrometers.
Oh, can we put for eukaryotic have membrane bound organelles?
They both have surface membrane.
That's the only one have.
You trying to be funny?
Okay, who wants to read the next paragraph? I'm gonna keep going.
Nakaya.
Nakaya? Okay, go.
While
Nakaya, go ahead.
both types of cells have a surface membrane, only eukaryotic cells have membrane-bound organelles, in particular leading to the name
Eukaryote.
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 They have a nucleus to contain the multiple strands of linear DNA. Prokaryotic cells also have DNA as their genetic material, but it is circular and unbound within the cell.
Okay, what do they have together? What do they have separate? What are some things that overlap? What are some things that are different? Let's talk
They
about.
have DNA as their genetic material, prokaryotic.
Okay.
And it's all down.
So it says they both have that, right? So that should go in the middle, right? They both have DNA.
Dana. This one would be
So one of the main differences, how does the prokaryotic cell DNA look compared to the eukaryotic cell? They both have DNA, but they look different.
The prokaryote is more, it's like an oval shape and it has like a whole bunch of like a.
This one looks like a mouse that you use on the computer.
It kind of does look like a mouse, doesn't it? So let's write those differences down.
Don't come over here recording while I'm copying off like this. Don't tell me to shift. I'm trying to tell him like, come over here. Shh. You shh.
Well, I'm not gonna punch
That's what you talking.
Really smile. Can you tell me to smile?
No, it's ugly. What you say we write down again?
You write down the similarities and the differences. So look at that paragraph.
My scalp is like itching.
That's why I stopped so much work.
We're gonna do one more paragraph and then we're gonna switch gears, okay? And you guys are gonna end up finishing the rest of this for your homework, okay? Because I want to prove it. Who can read free ribosomes? Who can read that for us?
Free ribosomes, what that's that?
Free one paragraph.
Free ribosomes.
Free ribosomes are found in both types of cells and are used in protein production. However, the ribosomes of the
Ribosome.
ribosomes are of different sizes. Eukaryotics have 108 ribosomes and prokaryotics have 705. In addition, eukaryotics have a membrane-bound ribosomes on the rough, how you pronounce that?
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Endoplasmic reticulum, a feature absence in prokaryotics.
Okay, so this is a feature that is absent, meaning that it's not there, right? So what are the similarities real quick? They both have ribosomes, but there's a difference. So you're gonna write that they both have ribosomes in the middle, right? And then you're gonna write the differences on both sides, okay?
Is it one bigger than the other?
Meaning one has more than the other one.
They all have the
I told you I would take the picture back.
Okay, so I want you to put a little star by the next one, by the next paragraph, because that's where you're gonna pick up and finish it up and bring it back on Friday for your homework, okay? So I want you to finish completing this chart. So now that we started together, I want you to keep these things in mind because we're going to move on to the new paper that I put in front of you, okay? This packet is a prokaryotic and eukaryotic packet, okay? So, just like the objective said, we're going to look at the differences between the eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. We're going to see what the characteristics are and be able to tell what they have in common. Our overarching question is, how does the structure and function of a cellular level contribute or relate to structure and function of an organism, okay? So we're going to look at how the cell works, and we're gonna look at what it tells us about life, okay? So, I'm gonna model this for you, and as I model it for you, I want you to pay attention to this actual picture. So the first thing we're gonna do is start off with what a cell is. Can you guys silently read for maybe 30 seconds, a minute, what is right here on this first page? You should have it.
Where it say Y?
Where it say wow, it says.
Yeah, where it says Y. So at the top, silently read real quick, and we're gonna share out what it's talking about. Stop, read. Read right here. Everybody should read.
We need some folders for this place.
Huh?
Oh, that's just, okay. Put your name on. Put your name on the sheet. Right? Come back to the little sheet. You said acronym. No, acronym. Not to it. There you go. You did get one. You weren't doing any work. But now you are. Alright guys, so what is it talking about?
It's talking about the difference between an efficiency and a one-well cell, and a one-room efficiency is most likely comparing it to like a cell versus like the entire body.
Okay.
And then they contact.
Okay. So what is when it breaks it down, it talks about the different rooms in a house, right? Each room in a house does what?
It has different jobs.
Has a different job, right? It has different things, and it serves a different purpose. So your kitchen serves a different purpose from your bathroom.